here tonight. It doesn't get any bigger than this as far as these two sides' ambitions are concerned. Palermo looking to return to Serie A after a lengthy stay out of the top tier of the Italian game, while for Venezia, well, they've been habitual playoff features in recent years. They progressed in their last edition in the Serie B playoffs, making it into Serie A for just that single campaign in 21-22.
Are you certain you can fix that?
Yeah, clip here.
Just behind him in third place, the officials Paretto, Costanza, Passeri, Marchetti, the fourth official, and then we have the VAR and the AVAR in working order as well. Diakite, who scored both goals against Sampdoria in that quarter-final, knocking out Andrea Pirlo's side at the first attempt. They have had to play one more game since the end of the regular season. Expect a rocking atmosphere here on the lagoon. We've passed from the Tyrrhenian Sea to the dark waters of the famous lagoon of Venice. As you can see, that stretched out in the background, one of the most iconic stadiums certainly in the Italian game. Scheduled here for an 8:30 kickoff, and we're looking pretty much on time. It's 30 seconds away from that allotted start time. And Paolo Vanoli with a serious opportunity to get something special on his record as a coach in Italy, while Michele Mignani also looking to go one better than last season when he fell at the very last minute in the playoff final against Cagliari. So a little hesitation here as perhaps the ref trying to allow the smoke to clear, but there is a fair bit of wind around. It's unseasonably cool for this time of the year in the north of Italy. It's only around 20 degrees, so good conditions for the match. And Paretto will not be rushed into this first whistle, but look at that, on a spare seat in the house. Far more Palermo supporters here this evening than just the three that were down there at the Renzo Barbera, who we understand they weren't allowed to travel down for the game, and those Palermo fans have got a huge disadvantage in terms of the numbers. These sides do have precedent in the playoffs. Go back to the 2018 edition. The game here was a 1-1, and then Palermo won down in Sicily, a 1-0. But they're going to have to produce a sort of performance that we saw back in round 7 in September, when they won 3-1, if they are going to overcome Venezia and make the playoff final. So we're underway here. It is the Rossonero kicking us off, going from right to left at the beginning of this second leg, with Palermo having to do the running. Again, they've got to win the game by 2 goals. A 1-0 victory would not be enough, because Venezia finished above them in the league standings after the 38-game regular season. Poyampolo, the top goal scorer, didn't get much service or opportunity in the first leg. Expect him to be much more of a factor here at home tonight. Zampano. Venezia in the first 15 minutes at the Barbera dominated the possession and really dictated the tempo, as Candela, Lella, and now Candela in open space. Venezia looking for an early chance. Zampano into the box, gets it down, but Lucione was able to clear without too much trouble. In the semi-finals, when they eventually progressed all the way through to win the final against Cittadella, they won here 1-0 against Lecce, drew with the side from Puglia in the second leg. Was that crossfield pass? Di Mariano. One of those changes to the formation, coming in for Lund on the left-hand side, which should offer a little more attacking instincts. So Venezia with a couple of throw-ins as the game tries to settle down early on. Candela doesn't make a good contact with his pass. Di Mariano, former Venezia player, 2 spells with the club, 2018 to 20, as Pierini. Lella unable to get there, wasn't ready for the pass. Candela low, and that was not a good ball because Pierini was wide open. Busio, one of 2 Americans. Here's the other, Tanner Tessman. He's thinking about the strike, and what a goal! What a beginning for Venezia! Tanner Tessman! The Arancionera Verde starting strongly, and that is a real slap in the face of Palermo. They're going to have to score 3 goals now if they've got any chance here tonight. After Segre was unable to do anything with it, Tessman, it's a difficult angle, and he was not closed down. Not all that dissimilar to Pierini's goal in the way that he managed to lash it in, and too much for the keeper to deal with, despite Pigliacelli, who's come in to replace the injured Desplanches, getting fingertips to it. He couldn't do anything more than help it into the corner, and really the perfect start for Venezia, and a nightmare for Palermo. And what a time for the American midfielder, who has scored a couple of special goals this season, to get his accuracy, get his eye in. 6 in total for the 22-year-old. Which means that Palermo are going to have to chase the game even more now. Again, a 2-1 victory would be 2-2 on aggregate, and that would still see Venezia go through. So it's a massive undertaking for Michele Mignani's side. After just 3 minutes and 15 seconds, Tanner Tessman with an exceptional strike from distance. The angle, the shape to it, and the pace, just too much for Pigliacelli to react to. That's a wonderful shot from behind the goal. Venezia, who had the best attack in the regular season, won their last 3 at home in the league following their 3rd defeat of the campaign against Reggiana here. Others coming against Südtirol and, as mentioned, in September against Palermo. In that game they took the lead in the 9th minute from the spot with Brunori. Poyampolo levelled just before the interval, and then Brunori in the 62nd and then the 92nd wrapping up his hat-trick. And it's going to need to be something of that sort of calibre now for the Sicilian side. Ranocchia, possibly the best player for Palermo for much of the game in the first leg. And that pass from Marconi is not going to be of any use to Soleri, who has that height in the centre forward role. So Jorinen starting to take it short there. Poyampolo, great touch, and gives Lucioni the run around. Shows his age there, the Palermo defender. Di Mariano. Well, the ability of Poyampolo to drag his team on, to inspire them from his role in attack, has been a feature of their season so far. Certainly promises it's going to be a long night for the Palermo defence based on that last moment. Ranocchia. Lucioni. Now this is Graves. Diakite. Zampano closing him down. If you were unaware, the other game finished 2-2 between Cremonese and Catanzaro in the match played down in Calabria on the 21st, 3 days ago. That was after Cremonese had a 2-goal lead, and then Catanzaro fought back into the second half to level things up. But like Venezia in this match, Cremonese have the advantage over Catanzaro in terms of they finished 4th and the Calabrians in 5th. Brunori's first real touch in attack. Hopeful cross in with 5 black shirts in the box. And Roberto Insigne putting enough pressure on there as they win it back. Lucioni. Crisply past Soleri out to Diakite. And that cross is nothing but catching practice for Jesse Jorinen. Vanoli didn't want to see nerves tonight. He wanted to see his side take charge in this match. Certainly got the response. Pierini looks to have been fouled, and Graves gets an early yellow here inside 10 minutes. Now there are a number of players that are booking away from suspension for the first leg of the final. Diakite and Lucione for Palermo, 4 however for Venezia. Busio, Lella, Candela and Idzes all have to avoid a yellow card if they want to feature in that first leg of the final. Poyampolo again being found in space, couldn't work it into Busio. Diakite. Busio making no contact, it's just a throw in. Segre, a Torino youth player, frustrated, felt there was a push. Venezia really knocking it about well early on here, and Palermo struggling to stay with them. And you've got to give it to Vanoli in terms of getting the result down there and completely changing the sort of attitude of his team, the approach in this opening here tonight on the Lagoon. Cioni's header goes straight to Lella. Di Mariano was bright and realised the danger. Pigliacelli lost his place to Desplanches in the last couple of matches, but the young keeper getting an injury very late on in the first leg. Joining Ceccarone, former Venezia as well, and Koulibaly on the sidelines. Zampano switching it. Lella first time. Good dummy! And that would have been an excellent goal. Venezia toying with Palermo in the opening to this match. The step over by Pierini, and that's so nearly a special playoff strike. Poyampolo deciding to go for the power, but he had to be quick with the shot with the defender close to him. Pierini to deliver it. Well, you think if Venezia can score a second goal, even with so much time left, this game is going to be pretty much over. Difficult to see Palermo scoring 4. Really, I think the visitors have got to get the next goal. Ranocchia using Marconi. They did concede 3 here in that last home defeat against Reggiana. It was the 3-2 on the 1st of April. Di Mariano on the outside. Decent looking cross in. A little bit heavy there from Diakite. Slightly mistimed his jump. And Zverko was the one who caught the most of it. Here we can see this great angle again. Oh, well, it took a big deflection, hence the corner kick. And you credit there to Graves. Vignani, who had a bit of a disaster start to this season with Bari and was let go after 9 games. Bari avoiding relegation to Serie C last night, beating Ternana 3-0 in the play-out. So quarter of an hour gone. Tanner Tessman in the 4th minute, as we see confirmation of the offside there against Poyampolo. Pierini was right on the line as well. That's a good win by Soleri using his height. Brunori on the turn. How his team need him to come up with something as Di Mariano against Candela. It doesn't enough just to slow him down. There's no way the ref's giving that as a penalty, nor is Di Mariano appealing for it. And then a handball against him. Very settled in many positions, this Venezia formation, in terms of how many seasons they've been with the club. Likes of the engine room, Busio and Tessman, as it's worked out to Brunori. And the shot there, as he tried to find the angle, was never really threatening, but better from Palermo. And no surprise, Brunori, who's the one to try and give them a lift. His last goals on the road were also on the 1st of April, a double, and the 4-3 loss to Pisa. Scoring a total of 17 for the 2nd season in a row. That's well played. Tessman and Busio both in their 3rd seasons with the club. Poyampolo gets in behind. It's a touch that could have been useful. The captain doesn't ask the ref for a penalty kick, but there we've seen yet another bit of variation to the Venezia attack, with Poyampolo, the lone striker, trying to get in behind the aged Lucione, 37 in September, Fabio Lucione. He won Serie B last season with Frosinone. He won Serie B with Lecce the year before that. But no one could go on forever. And against Poyampolo, best attacker in the division, it's always going to be a tough night's work for anyone. Especially those older defenders when there's space in behind. Diakite trying to use Insigne, who is the younger brother of Lorenzo, if you weren't aware. Diakite keeps it in. That's a good read by Tessman, as Brunori was just lurking on the edge of the area. Brunori's challenge is what brings the whistle from the referee. Here we can see this run clearly onside, as Marconi was the one trying to get closer to him, and Poyampolo eventually just off balance as he tapped it off his left thigh. Well, the hottest ticket in town tonight to be here to enjoy this. We've even got the president, Duncan Niederauer, in the stands with his wife, the American. We may get a shot of him later in the evening. Again, it's a good pass and move, but there with the Palermo defence managed to close round. Insigne sliding it through. There's actually a lot there of the run of Brunori. Segre does well to win it back. Well played on that occasion, Itzes. Buzio realised Diakite was coming and works the pass to a running Zampano. His early cross is not a great one, and Marconi taking no chances. It's another corner kick. Zampano perhaps there could have cut back inside, trying to use the fact that there was less cover in the area. As the Venezia supporters in full song here tonight. Pierini again to deliver it. Taken short to Buzio, who's allowed to turn. That's not good as it's drilled through. It's not good defending there from Palermo. Pierini tried his luck with the outside of the boot. Really should not be allowing Buzio to pick up that short pass completely unchallenged and then work it to Candela on the edge of the area. There's enough bodies in front. Candela, no goals for him this season, but he's again involved further forward. Buzio lays off to the pass. Zampano, good chip in. Poyampolo nearly getting there. Every Venezia attack is looking dangerous at the moment. It's a very smart touch by Soleri, and the break is on here with Insigne against Verco. Buzio comes to support, slows down the hopes of the Palermo winger. While there was very little between the two teams in the first half, really just one slight error that Pierini punished at the 22 minutes, or the halfway point here tonight of this first half, really are a clear difference between the sides in terms of the quality and what they've been able to create. Mariano's cross, late run into the area, chance here for Brunori, throws the dummy, and Insigne on the left. And Poyampolo, as Palermo managing to get everybody into the opposition half. Di Mariano, Ranocchia's got away from Lella. Kept it low, but Tessman dropping back in and thumps it out for a corner kick. So period of pressure here for the visitors. You see the fans on the right side there behind the goal in the pink and black of Palermo. So again, it's the left boot of Insigne. Lovely shape to it, and it's almost come off the back of Marconi's head. That's the sort of quality delivery that they're going to need in these dead ball situations. That was a sumptuous ball from Roberto Insigne, and unfortunately Marconi didn't know too much about it. a 34-year-old, started the last 2 games. He was on the bench for basically all of the calendar year from the return in January. But for a red card in the loss to Brescia back in March. Zampano, for once, pushed back with that long ball into the channel. It's going to be a corner kick after Diakite putting the winger under pressure, or the full wing back under pressure. Giving the ref a piece of his mind. Another good-looking ball in, and what a stop. Segre denied by Jesse Jorinen. That was a truly outstanding reaction from the Finnish keeper to what was a fine header headed into the corner. And certainly the best chance for Palermo, as there's another one brewing here. So encouraging signs these last minutes for Palermo. This is Insigne curling it in. A little glancing header. Poyampolo wins it. Actually, Lella didn't need to make the touch. Poyampolo sends it towards Busio's, playing further forward in this match than the first leg, as it's Pierini. He can't believe it. The fans can't believe it. Another one has gone just over, and it's possibly taken a deflection again. Zampano finds the number 10, and it does strike Lucione on the way through. So for the second time after Poyampolo earlier on, the Palermo defence standing up to the challenge. Jorinen was yellow carded. Pierini's ball in, and there was Zverko just over the crossbar. Rather, it was Svoboda who got up ahead of the challenge by Grace. Zampano against Diakite. They're having a right battle on that far flank. Svoboda now does well to read the space behind it. Svoboda in his 4th season with the club since arriving from Tirol, and hasn't scored since the 2020-21 season. That's just the 1 goal for the Austrian. Another huge space in front of the back line. Lella taking his time to get it under control. Zampano, Poyampolo back post. Busio! And now Pigliacelli shows what he can do in the net. Really good cross from Zampano, getting it away from Lucione, picking out the movement of Busio, whose header, if any criticism can be levelled against it, was straight at the keeper. Pierini clips it in. And there's a free header. It says unable to make contact. Well, what contact he made did little to change the direction, with Poyampolo at the back post. String of chances at either end of the field. 30 minutes gone, and it is certainly lived up to the hype here so far tonight. Quality game with action at both ends. We've seen far more goal-scoring opportunities, probably triple already in the first 30 minutes than the entire game in the match played down in Sicily. Now Brunori, Diakite there to support the captain. He comes back inside. Di Mariano on the turn. Brunori again playing that deeper role as required by the coach, with Soleri further forward. Diakite and Insigne. That left foot option can create another angle. Ranocchia. Di Mariano. Not sure what he's got. And unfortunately there, Palermo just unable to hold on to the possession as Joronen kicks it long. Pigliacelli and Marconi. Well, that's what the height of Soleri's for, and link up the play with those balls into him. And this is an excellent run, intelligent by Pierini, who was slowed down, tried the more ambitious back heel when there was possibly a simpler option. As Ranocchia on the outside, then cutting back infield. He uses the left boot of Insigne, who crosses early. It was not a bad idea, that. And Soleri gets there. Palermo keeping the tempo high, looking for ways through. But as I say, at the back, Venezia keep finding ways to open them up. This is Segre. Buzio tracks him, chipped in, and a diving header, a brave header by Zverko. Floated ball, Zampano trying to get there, and does so. What a pass, probably the pass of the night. Zampano against Graves. Lella, Poyampolo, no time for a back lift, and the shot is just wide from Lella. Another well-worked move from the home team. And the Lagunari, and all the rights to try and curl one in that sort of position. Once he got it out from his feet. No goals for Nunzio Lella this season after joining from Cagliari last summer. As Venezia win it back, and Poyampolo outside of the boots. Marconi's header as Candela going for the spectacular. Ranocchia resisting the temptation to go down. 35 minutes on the clock. Well, what a first half it's been. Brunori thinking of a distance attempt here, but it just keeps rising. There's Jorinen at one end to deny Segre. Top class save. And again, another one of these super slow-mos from behind the goal. All eyes on it heading to the corner. But most importantly, the eyes of Jesse Jorinen from the Venezia keeper. Svoboda gives Jorinen time to use Idzes. Poyampolo. Fortunately, Luciani had the support there of Graves. Brunori's cross in. Candela's touch is going to be a Palermo throw. Oh, there's no need for that. And Di Mariano might be getting a yellow card here. Didn't really need to push him into the barriers. Well, Pareto instead telling Candela where to go. And understandably, obviously, the home fans not having that. But the referee not wanting to get the cards out on that occasion, and the fans are responding in kind. So Paolo Vanoli, who had an excellent career as a player, 51 years of age, after being an assistant to Antonio Conte, moving on to Spartak Moscow, with the club since 2022. This is his second campaign. Led them to 8th place last season, and speculation that he'll be leaving at the end of this this season, irrespective of promotion. Nothing official as yet. Candela, Tessman, that was a cheeky pass on the outside of the boot. It says his cross, turning on the style in all areas of the pitch. Ranocchia. Well, the home support certainly happy with where things stand at the moment. A couple of minutes for the teams to have a breather after a huge flourish of action. There's a run through by Brunori, there's a challenge by Idzes, and it's a clean one as far as Paretto, the referee, is concerned. Marconi clipping it forward. Keeper was quick though as well to come out of his area. Simple. Tessman. Again looking for Zampano. Segre. It says right on top of Brunori, but he was too quick there, the Palermo captain. And really an unnecessary foul as it says knocks Brunori off the ball. Or rather knocks him over once the pass had gone. This was the earlier challenge. What a well-timed tackle that was from Idzes. So Tessman, the one getting the yellow card. In by Ranocchia, a bit too deep, and the keeper's taking it across the line, it looked like there. Tries to show the official that he'd kept it in, and no appeal from the Palermo players. Benefit of the doubt. Probably did manage to keep most of the ball from crossing with his body. Svoboda. Zverko into the channel. Lella gets inside. He's still there. Zampano. Tight angle. Candela! Venezia are on their way. They take another big step towards the Serie B playoff final. And what a crucial time to strike just before the break. And Candela scoring his first goal of the season. Arriving just in time is another good move. Zampano chopping it back, hoping there'd be someone there. And it was the other wing-back, his teammate Antonio Candela, to arrive and find that empty corner. Despite the desperate slide from Lucioni, he was just too slow. And it is Venezia 2, Palermo 0. That is 3-0 on aggregate. And that means Palermo need to score 4 goals in the second half. And, well, after all the chances that Venezia created throughout this first fraction, can hardly begrudge them that goal, and they will be bouncing into the interval. And what a heavy blow that is to Palermo, who would have felt like they were getting themselves into a position to level. Certainly asking the question at the other end. Brunori. Well, he was desperate to try and get one chance before the break. This is Pierini, but it could be Venezia with a chance for a third. Had time to slide it through. Poyampolo tries the ambitious spin. Busio waits for the pass. Arriving was Di Mariano, claim of the handball. Chess, says the referee. Giampano. Candela again. Wow, the supporters, not that they've been quiet for a moment throughout, but they are absolutely loving it, as you would imagine. Svoboda goes to the slalom and was caught as far as the referee is concerned. So 2 minutes added on to the end of this first half, as Segre, who had the best chance for the visitors in the 26th minute with that header. But were it not for the save by Busio, the defensive work on the Poyampolo and Pierini shots, as well as chances, Idzes, who had that free header, and Lella, who shot narrowly wide. Venezia could have had far more than just 2 goals here tonight. So Michele Mignani is going to have to come up with something. Can't imagine changing too many players is going to be the first thought, because they played well in periods of this first half, and certainly getting into those positions to create goal-scoring opportunities. But at the other end, certainly they've had plenty to worry about, as Pierini was just checked there by Ranocchia. Di Mariano. Ranocchia trying to hit it short again on the break. That's the danger, as Pierini whizzes through the middle of the field. Just doesn't make his mind up there, but he didn't have too many options with Busio to his left, and he was being swarmed by the Palermo midfield. That's probably going to be about it for the first half here. Really, it couldn't have gone any better as far as the Arancionero Verdi are concerned, with an early goal and then a late one to give them a huge advantage at the break. Palermo need 4 goals if they're going to go through to the final. As it stands, it is Venezia 2, Palermo 0, 3-0 on aggregate.
Sign up for Body today.
Venezia's hands, Venezia's destiny to come through this match after an excellent first half performance where they were just too good in possession and creating opportunities and making life very difficult for the opposition. So this is the first semi-final with Cremonese Catanzaro coming up tomorrow. It is Venezia leading 2-0, 3-0 on aggregate, and Palermo needing 4 goals to have a chance. It's 4 goals without Venezia scoring again. So expect them to do a lot of the running here at the beginning of this second half. Venezia perhaps will play on the counter-attack as they try to absorb the pressure and hit the opposition on the break. Floated ball into the channel. The goals are coming early and late as Insigne wins it back. Challenged by Zverko. He got enough of a touch. Brunori on the edge of the area. And they were careful with their challenges. Zampano. Trying to find a way through Venezia as they get their first opportunity with the possession. So finishing third in the division, they've certainly got the opportunity to continue to show this excellent home form here tonight. Zampano, Dia, Kite resume their battle on the flank. Svoboda. A whole host of chances in the first half of Venezia. Poyampolo and Pierini with shots. Zverko had a header from the corner. Busio also in the air with an excellent stop from Pigliacelli. And then Itzes and Lella. All of those either side of the goals. And Brunori had a shot in the 18th minute. Segre with a header, which was also brilliantly saved by Jorinen in the 26th. As Poyampolo first time. Imagining Pierini would be running in behind. Venezia will be playing, if they go to the final, the first leg away. They'll have that advantage as the third place team. It's quite well structured in that respect, so they do get some benefit to the fact they finished third, as well as the fact if they were to finish level, as Poyampolo again trying the more complicated pass. If they were to finish level with any opponent over the 2 legs, they would be promoted. Benefit of that higher placed league finish. One thing to consider in this second half for Venezia is those players on a yellow card. Busio, Lella, Candela, who scored the second goal, and Itzes. Tessman, who's got the opener in the 4th minute, is also already yellowed as it says failed to keep it in. Cross in, but no touch of the defender as the referee awards the goal kick. Pier. Nedel Charu, been a Romanian international in his career. Didn't feature in the last 2 games. Shawnee well positioned, but Pierini finding Tessman. This ball through, clearly offside there by Lella. Just decided to have a shot to nothing. Mignani using those 2 substitutions early, 3 left, all 5 remaining for Venezia. Interesting one, bringing Aurelio on as well. He hasn't played at all in any of the last 7 matches. Let's go back to 13 minutes against Cosenza, 13th of April. Tessman tugged by Segre, which leads to the free kick. Confusion there between Tessman and Pierini. Swung in high. Poyampolo gets up. Not a good touch. And what a save there by Pigliacelli with Svoboda ramming the laces through the dropping ball. And looking like he was offside there, the defender, as Pigliacelli wasn't fouled initially. Goalkeepers do get a lot of protection in those sort of situations, but doesn't look like it would have counted in any case. Decent strike there from the defender. Venezia will be looking for all these little fouls just to take any rhythm out of the game. Good lead there again by Poyampolo. Pierini. Zampano won't be able to cover the ground in time. But Pigliacelli under enough pressure. Mignani, who got Bari promoted a couple of seasons ago from Serie C, the same season that Palermo came up. It was a very free-flowing first half, but already more stop-start in this 10 minutes in the resumption. Insigne. Decent attempt there by Brunori, but a long way out. That's what he felt was the best option. Rather Di Mariano with the attempt on the edge of the area. So another substitution coming now with Di Francesco replacing Insigne, which is a straight swap. The Di Francesco would typically play on the left-hand side, and he has done in recent iterations. Fair bit of experience in Serie. Federico Di Francesco, the son of Eusebio, the coach, former player. Segre. Good movement through the midfield, but not a great pass on that occasion. Ranocchia does the 360. Mariano unable to get away from Tessman's challenge. Now Di Francesco crossing in, and well positioned there was Zverko. The angled run of Di Francesco. 3 to aim at. He's had a go at goal and just took off slightly as it made its way towards Joran, and indeed it seemed to deviate in the air. Di Francesco claiming there was a touch and it should be a corner. Difficult to tell from that sort of angle. And there it did seem that there was a little glance off the top of the head of Svoboda. Mignani only replacing Corini following the loss to Pisa 4-3. And that was what, round 31. Didn't win any of his first 6, 4 draws, and then a final day victory over Südtirol. Following that, the victory over Sampdoria of Andrea Pirlo in the quarterfinals of the playoffs, and then the loss in the first leg, and well behind the game now here this evening. And score 4 goals on the road in any away game this season. That's still what they've got in front of them in this last third. Ranocchia sliding it through, well read by Svoboda, Tessman, Poyampolo, and they've managed to work it through the midfield and launch this counter-attack. Pierini into Zampano, who just couldn't balance himself, and a little bit of a rush from the home team there in their determination to try and create a goal-scoring chance. Well, there's wide open space in the middle. Di Francesco, this is Soleri's shot, and that's a disappointment. Finally getting themselves in a bit of space in attack. But we're up now to the 1 hour mark. And changes coming. So Lella comes out. Good performance from him. And Ellison, while the hero from the first leg, Pierini, is going to be replaced by another out-and-out centre forward, the Dane, Christian Gutkier. Wearing the number 9 jersey, so another target man for Vanoli's tactics. Winner of the playoffs with Monza a couple of seasons ago, where he was one of the main protagonists. And now another change with Mancuso getting ready to come on. It doesn't look like Brunori's going to be able to continue. Brunori, who scored the hat-trick on this ground when the sides met in the league back in September. That is a big loss, and maybe the last hope is gone unless Leonardo Mancuso can do something truly special. 4 goals this season, but he's only played a handful of minutes in the last 5 matches. Didn't feature at all in the first leg. Only 1 of his 4 goals have come this calendar year. And everything stacked in Vanoli's favour in this final third of the match. Diakite. Zampano. His first touch there for Gitkia. Tessman shows speed. Poyampolo lays off. Tessman's left foot. Clever idea. Thought he disguised the pass enough, but Diakite live to the danger. Svoboda into Zampano. He's moving it on quickly. Ellison. Clever. Into the area. Little nudge. And Ellison knew there wasn't a foul. He manages to keep the possession moving. Busio! And credit there to the substitute, the Icelander, Mikael Ellison. Also didn't feature in the game played on Monday. And already showing some skills and determination. Svoboda under pressure from Soleri. There we see again Ellison just losing his balance. These angles from behind the goal really have given us a great idea of what the keeper's looking at. And that's good work again by Tessman, who's gone off like a rocket through the midfield. Candela. Busio. So difficult for Palermo to keep the energy up. Away from home, chasing the match. End of a long, hard season. And after having got more of the ball, these last minutes, Venezia maybe just starting to take a bit more control in the game. Nedel Charu, with his work cut out for him with the arrival of Gutkia alongside Poyampolo. Busio, there's no foul for Di Francesco. There's Elliotson trying to just sneak his way through by Ranocchia, who read it, and then Diakite catching the Icelander from behind by accident. And that's what Benoli's complaining about, that wasn't given as a foul. So 20 minutes gone in the second half. Everything's still very much going to plan for the Arancionero Verde. And this sort of performance tonight, it's going to take something big to beat them in the final, you would say, over 2 legs. Because, again, they've got everyone fit. As long as they can avoid those yellow cards, they're going to have pretty much a full selection of players. And there is just an overall confidence about Venezia that suggests that they believe they can do it, and they're happy to be the favourites. They're the best team in the playoffs. Di Mariano, Ranocchia, not a strong ball into the area, and that free kick fairly far out. It's a clumsy challenge, brought Ranocchia down. Elliotson falling on top of him. Oh, we've got a Venezia player down in the box, maybe Zverko. A lot of substitutions, 3 substitutions still available for Vanoli. There's Olivieri coming in again. So the captain Poyampolo is off the field. A lot of running and heavy lifting in attack again. And Zverko does have a ready replacement in Giorgio Altare, who was suspended for the game against Palermo, rather against Venezia in the first leg, after a red card in the match with Spezia. And so the 3rd and 4th substitutions used, both teams with only 1 substitution left. Zverko, well, he's managed to walk off the pitch. We'll have to check on his fitness. Ranocchia curls it in. Back post header was a decent one. Trying to serve it up to his teammates, Lucioni. But Venezia's defence had enough bodies in it, possibly onside. Lucioni right at the back of the group. And a rare corner kick in this second half. Nice shape to that one. Olivieri's first touch. Uses Zampano. He needs support himself. Svoboda slightly behind Buzio. It says Tessman. Francesco is able to get closer to the taller man. And another free kick given away by Di Francesco. Certainly trying to make up for what little touches he's having with energy in defence. 70 minutes on the clock. It's not looking like there's much hope left for Palermo of coming through this match. Buzio blasted over, despite it sitting nicely for the shot. And what would have been a spectacular third after Nedel Charu's header found the American. And he understandably disappointed there, because that was prime position to get a shot on target. Segre. Long ball, trying to use Mancuso. Zampano just a little too physical, and even more so there. Well, those two have had a little head-to-head since Di Francesco came on in the 56th minute, and since taking the captain's armband. Zampano just trying to show Di Francesco who's boss. In fairness, Di Francesco did give him a little push in the chest, which led to that little headlock. Zampano, really, it's a yellow card he can be avoiding there, though. Understandable the tension, though, with only 20 minutes left of this semi-final, a game that Venezia have dominated. So maybe a few nerves are starting to shred in the final moments. Shawnee's header. Di Mariano on the outside. Again, it's very smart defending. And a yellow card there for Di Francesco, who you could say seemed like it was coming. Look at that for a bit of defending by Altare. Getting the right side and just using his balance to put himself between the player and the ball. Johnny wins the header. Zampano. We think that Palermo now really know that there's no hope left of overcoming the huge deficit, needing 4 goals in the last quarter of an hour. Zampano. Ref getting in the way a little bit there as he tried to make the pass. 30th of May, so 6 days' time is the first leg of the final, and then the 2nd of June. So Venezia will have an extra day to prepare. Again, as Cremonese and Catanzaro meet tomorrow in the game that stands at 2-2. Difficult to call who's going to come through that one, as Chaka Traoré comes in for Soleri. The youngster who joined from Milan in January. The last substitution. Segre. It's another bad game. Had his header gone in the 26th minute to level things, who knows? It could have been a different picture here tonight, but fortunately just wasn't good enough to beat. Jesse Jorinen made that outstanding save. And the writing is very much on the wall here for Mignani and Palermo. The fans would love to see one more goal to make it an even more emphatic victory, as Segre manages to cut it out. And Jorinen on the limit of his area. Doing a good job to get there early. Switching the play, referee happy to give the advantage. Aurelio into Di Mariano, and outnumbered man Cuso on that occasion. Busio, plenty of time. The fans having a great sing-song. They know there's no way this match is ending up anywhere other than here in the lagoon for them as victors, and a good night ahead, no doubt, in celebration. Di Mariano out to Diakite, and good key after an errant pass. Elliotson, Zampano, goes on the outside, it does well. He's got time to lay it off. Busio, not a great first touch. Zampano's cross to the back of the box, and it was Candela who didn't quite make the contact, and an opportunity missed there for Venezia. For Busio once again. Di Francesco, Di Mariano, Di Francesco again. It's been very lively since he came on, but that hasn't been enough to get a clear sight of goal and make that crucial assist as he almost stands on the ball there. And so a late substitution here. Buziot to be replaced by Yayalo. He's actually a former Palermo player. Buziot, good game today. Just unable to take one of those chances. The header in the first half and the shot in the second. Look at the stands hopping here. Decent touch from Olivieri. Segre, what a tackle that was. So too there in the middle of the park. Referee happy to let the play go on. It was the president Niederau we just saw there moments ago. This is Di Francesco. Ranocchia. Amazing that he's there just on the right side in the curva. Don't see many presidents in the curva, I can tell you that. An amazing image there, just above the steward with the yellow bib behind the advertising boards, directly above him. If you look, that's where the president Niederauer is standing with his wife. On it, so high and heavy was that ball, it put him down on his knee. Traore back to Nel Charu. Aurelio away from Gutkier. Chaka Traore. Diakite. Di Francesco. There was Svoboda making yet another header with Palermo's season winding down here. Di Francesco. Another attempt in this second half, but it had to come from distance, and it wasn't all that close. Well, when you look back on the campaign, there was a lot of hope that they'd be able to achieve something special this year. No one ever picked Palermo to be really challenging for automatic promotion, and nor were they at any stage. While Corini did get shown the door as we moved into the spring. Maybe you could say round 25 when they won a third game in a row, 4 in 5 matches. That was back in February, that they were sort of lurking on the fringe of the top two, but there were still so many games to go at that point. And indeed, since then, they only won 2 of their final matches. 2 of 13. It saw them just drop down the standings. Well, they had a good start to the season, Palermo. 6 wins and a draw one loss in their opening 8. But then the form was pretty inconsistent for the next 3 months. So be back to the drawing board, but an improvement on last season certainly in terms of their finishing position. 85 on the clock now. Again, consider that they were promoted from Serie C in 2022. Chaka Traore makes an angle for the shot, and it's gone in as an own goal off Svoboda, as the substitute gets a late consolation. There's no way Palermo scoring 3 goals now, but the youngster will take that. I'll say it goes down as an own goal. Difficult to tell the angle. Didn't look like it was on target, and Svoboda been so good at getting his body in the way throughout the match. On that occasion, had the vital touch to put it past his keeper. So it does go down as an own goal. Can't even really say that Palermo deserved a goal in this second half. They haven't been able to really create all that much. But they're only halfway there, as it were. Venezia coming into the playoffs as favourites, and certainly showing themselves tonight to be a superior team to Palermo, who were unable to deliver in their home match in the first leg. Ranocchia. Chaka Traore, rather Diakite, chops it in, and good header there from Candela. Di Mariano. Di Mariano still, as Svoboda that time, repelling it out of the area. And we've seen in both matches that Venezia can adapt to the match situation. This is a completely different performance to the one we saw at the Renzo Barbera, from a team that is showing they're still very much got plenty in the legs, and able to follow through on the coach's plans, and in some style here tonight. On another day, they scored 4 goals in this game. Mancuso's heavy touch. Aurelio down the line. Well floated, and Joronen, a little uncertain there. Only time we've seen anything of that nature, as Altare was available to support. Ranocchia curls it in. Sweet header, Di Francesco. And the touch by Nedel Charu. As we go into the final minute, probably going to be a fair few added on, 4 or 5. Masses of stoppages, however. Has been, despite the own goal, great defensive leadership performance by Svoboda for Venezia tonight, who again have outclassed and outgunned their opponents this evening. the top. Zampano heading down. So that's the 90 minutes completed. And it is just 4 minutes to the end of Palermo's season. Look back on it with some regrets. They weren't able to keep the consistency up as we moved into the spring. Clever there by Traore. Pings it into the back of the box. Di Mariano. That's a good looking ball. Segre got up as his momentum was coming down. His power just lacked on the header. So Mignani wasn't the super sub on the bench that perhaps was hoped for to take them to the playoff final, as he did with Bari last season. But a difficult job to come in, and things were already on the slide for Palermo in terms of their results. And over 2 legs, just too much to beat this very solid Venezia side. Also at times this evening shown real quality in terms of their attacking play, and they will be a very tough team to beat in the final against either Cremonese or Catanzaro. Oh, chance. Olivieri trying to sneak in behind on that back pass. So there was an offside flag. So the last minute of the match here, with Venezia scoring early in the 4th with that man there, Tanner Tessman. Olivieri forced a little wide up against Nedelcharu, and he drives it just wide of goal. Would have given his confidence a huge lift. And the ball finding him in space. Tessman in the 4th minute. Candela in the 43rd gave Venezia a huge advantage. Palermo needed to score 4 goals in the second half, and they weren't able to get on the score sheet until that own goal by Svoboda from the Traore shot or cross, and it was just too little too late. So that is it from the Pier Luigi Penzo. The best team have won this 2-legged tie, and it is a victory as it finishes Venezia 2, Palermo 1. Venezia are into the Serie B playoff final.